Hey everybody, welcome to the Monday update. I don't know how many times I've tried to record this. I am having the most bananas day brain-wise. Nothing bananas is happening to me. I feel like I can't focus. I focused earlier today and I got my work done, not minus this. And then since then, I have just not been able to focus. And I know what it is. One, it's 13 months now almost of fucking COVID and quarantine and bullshit. It's also the news. I'm not even going to talk about it because some people are probably going to be re-traumatized by that. But you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I don't know if I should even be like, part of me wants to be like, go fucking learn. And the rest of me is like, somebody should be able to be happy. Someone out here should have a nice time. It's that. It's also the fact that I didn't sleep very well last night. It's also the fact that I fucking skipped lunch today. If you guys know me, you know that skipping lunch is not cool for me. It's a thing that I have done to a level that is now considered clinical. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. And I ate a late breakfast because I had an early meeting, which is not a good reason to eat a late breakfast, but I did. I ate a late breakfast because I had an early meeting. And then it was a little bit after lunch was supposed to happen, and I thought, it's okay, I had a late breakfast. And then I had a meeting in 30 minutes, and it was now quite a while after lunch was supposed to happen. And I thought, I have a meeting in 30 minutes. I'll go take a walk. And I left my office to go take a walk. And then my little brain was like, but you haven't had lunch. You should have lunch before you take a walk. And my body was like, okay, and turned the fuck around and went back in my office and sat at my desk and didn't eat lunch. I have since had dinner and I had some snacks to like make up for it during the meeting. But I was like, actually during the meeting, after the meeting that happened right after I skipped lunch. So that was like an hour and a half, 2 hours later. So I was an hour late to lunch. I was like, it's cool. Then it was supposed to be lunch if we had shifted everything down an hour. No. Then it was 2 hours. Then I was like, maybe I should eat something. It's not like a normal person can do this and that's fine for them. But for me, this is like, it's like when a drunk is like, I'm just going to have a little drink. Like it's not okay. Not something I can do. And I did it. And as a result, like literally every single work thing I tried to accomplish after I turned around and went back in my office until after I ate again. So that was like 4 hours of uselessness. Did no productive things. Like I did take a break and talk to my friends a little bit, which was very nice. But every work thing I tried to accomplish, I had either had to redo, it's just not done right now. Or I had to just be like, well, this is shitty. Like, I would ask myself why I do this, but I know why. I have a fucking disorder, man. But I encourage it by doing things like putting work before meals. Like this morning when I woke up for that early meeting, I went straight from being asleep to like waking up to going into the meeting. At no point would it have been inappropriate for me to eat in that meeting, and yet I did not. I also didn't sleep very well last night. And when I don't sleep well, I don't eat well. And so I failed to pay attention. I didn't sleep well, and so then I was like, and then there's this voice in my head just now that was like, could we be fucking a little bit less mean? Life is fucking hard. It's difficult to get through this shit. We're doing the best we can. There's this meme I saw of the picture of the ship that was stuck in the Suez Canal and the little digger trying to dig it out. And it's just, the ship is so big and the little digger is so small and it looks like an insurmountable task. And the ship said, everything we've been dealing with the last year. And then the little digger is like, us trying our best. And somebody posted that on Twitter, and then somebody reposted it and was like, the important thing to remember is that the digger won. That ship got out of that fucking whatever parallel parking hell that it was in. So, just cut. I need to cut myself some slack, and that is so hard to say. It's so hard to say, just cut myself some slack. I am continuing to struggle with the habits that I have when I'm at my desk. The expectation that work comes before me, that work comes before people, is high. It's even higher when I'm doing shit like not sleeping and skipping meals, because when I do that, when I have little sleep and little food, my body feels scarce. And then I get very much invested in a scarcity mindset that I was taught from the time I was a little kid. That scarcity mindset is so easy to just slip back into. And it's so unhelpful. It costs me money to think like that. It costs me energy. It costs me health, mental and physical. There's no benefit to thinking that there's not enough out there. Maybe when I was so vulnerable to other people's choices that they could decide whether or not there was enough for me, like when I was a gardener, when I was a maid, that scarcity mindset might have helped, but only temporarily. As soon as you are in any kind of position and try and pull that lever for yourself, thinking scarce is gonna harm you. It's only ever gonna harm you, which is why capitalism wants you to think that way, because it's a fallacy, really, that there's not enough out here. There more than is. It's just that because we live under capitalism, we only solve problems insofar as they make rich people richer. We don't solve problems that we really should be solving. There's a lot of problems out here to solve. There's always going to be room, and there's always going to be a place for problem solvers. So I think that is, if I have an intention this week, my intention is to take it the fuck easy on myself. That's very hard to do when I perceive that I'm fucking up. And when I think that way about a mistake I have made, I really cut myself off at the ankles, because I don't recognize that making this mistake leads to learning as an associated lesson. And even if I have to learn the same lesson, like eat the fuck lunch, god damn it, eat fucking lunch. Even if I have to learn that lesson 1,000,000 times, if it makes me better at caring for myself, and if it makes me better at being a leader, and if it makes me better at doing my job, that's a worthwhile spend of time and energy. So, what are you trying to learn right now? Put it below. I'll see you Thursday.